Hi, welcome to pianochords.net. I'm Niels Andersen, coming to you from Denmark, Scandinavia. Your free lesson will start in just 5 seconds. Please give me a thumbs up on this video, maybe subscribe to the channel. Find your free downloads in the description below this video or somewhere here on the homepage. Also, remember to sign up for your free online webinar, Piano in 3 Weeks. Learn how to play piano the fast, the fun and the inspired way. That's all. Let's learn some piano. Here comes your free lesson. Yeah, hi guys. In this video I'm going to be teaching you how to play the song Amazing Grace. And this video is kind of 2 lessons in one. In the first part of the video we're going to be playing Amazing Grace using chords. And for this purpose you might want to download your free chord charts. You can see it here with lyrics and chords above. It's free and you can find the link in the description of this video or somewhere here on the homepage, right? And the second part of the video, we're going to be playing Amazing Grace using bass notes and playing the melody in the right hand. For this purpose, you might want to download your sheet music. This is also free. Find the link below the video or somewhere here on the page. Great. And I don't want to waste anybody's time. I just want to let you know this lesson is very, very basic. It's for beginners or intermediate players. Right, let's get on with it. So, to play Amazing Grace using chords, we're going to be using 4 different chords in this basic version of the song. The first chord is G major, next chord C major, next chord D major, and the 4th chord will be E minor. Right, and just so you know where you are on your keyboard, this is the middle C on your keyboard. So the first chord, G major, locate the note G, 1st finger, locate the note B, 3rd finger, locate the note D, 5th finger. This is a G major chord. And all the chords I'll be playing will be in what's known as root position, meaning that the root note is at the bottom of the chord. If you want to learn more about root positions and chord inversions, please check out my free webinar. You can also find the link here on the page. Right, back to the chords. So first chord, G major. Next chord, C major, locate the middle C on your keyboard, 1st finger C, 3rd finger E, 5th finger G, C major chord. The next chord we'll be using is D major, locate D, 1st finger, and now a black key, the F sharp, 3rd finger, little finger A, D major, and our last chord is the E minor. Locate your root note E, 1st finger, G, 3rd finger, B, 5th finger, the E minor. So before we move on, maybe you should pause the video and practice these 4 chords. I'll be showing them again right now. First chord, G major, next chord, C major, 3rd chord, D major, and the last chord, E minor. Great. Pause the video, practice these 4 chords and come back. So now we're going to play some bass notes in the low register of your keyboard along with these chords. So you place your hand, again, this is the middle C, you place your hand with the little finger on the G. So we're going to be playing 4 chords. This means 4 bass notes. First chord is G. You play the G in the bass with the 5th finger. The next chord we learned was C major. You play the C with your 2nd finger. Next chord was D. You play a D with your 5th finger. And in the song, when we come to E minor, this is the E bass note. We've got no more fingers, so you have to move your 1st finger to this E to play the E minor. So the 4 bass notes are G, 5th finger, C, 2nd finger, D, 1st finger, and E, also 1st finger. Great. Pause the video, check out those 4 bass notes. So let's put the chords and the bass notes together. First chord is G, with the G in the bass. Next chord, C major with C in the bass. Next chord is D major with D in the bass. And the last chord is E minor with E in the bass. I'll do this one more time and pause the video and practice these 4 chords with bass notes, right? G, C, D, and E minor. Great. So let's play these 4 chords in the right order. I don't know if you can see the chords on this recording, but I guess you've downloaded the note, right? So I'm just very quickly going through the refrain of the song. That's what we're going to practice. G, G, C, G. G, G, D, D. G, G, C, G. And the last line, E minor, D, G, G. Okay, so the first line says G, G, C, G. That's 4 chords, so we'll be playing G and G again, moving on to C, back home to G. So with my rusty voice, I'll be singing the first line with these chords. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. That's first line. We've done that. Second line says G, G, D, D. G, G, and D again. I'll be singing along with those chords. That saved a wretch like me. Yeah, sorry for my singing. So now we've got 2 lines. Moving on to the third line. The third line is identical with the first line, chord-wise anyway. So we have G, G, C, G. Let's play that. G, C, and G. I once was lost, but now I'm found. So we need the last line. The last line goes E minor, D, G, G. So the E minor was here. Remember the bass note, you have to move this finger. And now move the finger back to G, D, and back home to G, and play G again. And just do this one more time. The last line, E minor, and D, and G 2 times. Was blind, but now I see. So if you will excuse my singing one more time, I'll be playing the entire thing, the refrain of the song. I'll just show you this part, right? But you're going to be using the same chords and the same melody all the way through the song. Okay? So there's no need to go through all the verses. They're all identical. Great. The refrain of the song. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. So there you have it, Amazing Grace, using chords in both hands. Before we move on to the next part of the lesson, or lesson number 2, I just want to show you, you can, with very few means, put a little more life into this rhythm. Now this song goes in 3 quarters, so you have to count 3 for each chord, like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and so on. This means if you want to play the rhythm, or if you want to play a rhythm on the chords, you can do like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can use this on all the chords. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, and so on. So once you know the chords and the bass notes, you can play around with putting a bit more life into your playing, right? Great. Let's move on to the next part of the lesson. Yeah, so in this part of the lesson, we're going to be playing the melody of the song in our right hand, using bass notes in our left hand. And, sorry, I just hit the mic there. So, as I said, if you want to download the sheet music, you can find the link here on the page or in the description of this video. Great. So, the great news is that in the very simple version of this sheet music, the bass notes that are written on the sheet music together with the chords is exactly the same bass notes as you already learned in the previous part, in the chord part of the lesson, right? So you can use the same bass notes again. G, C, D, and E. It's exactly the same notes that's written here on the sheet music. Okay, so let's concentrate on our right hand. Here's your middle C. To play the melody of the song, we want to get a bit higher on the piano. The first note is D. The second note is this G. So you can use whatever fingers you feel comfortable with, but I'm going to show you some fingers, and you can use those if you haven't got a clue yourself, right? So the first part of the song says, So we're going to use these 4 notes, starting on the D, first finger, third finger on the G, up to the 5th finger on B, going down, down, and ending up on B again. I'll play this very slowly. The first phrase of the song. I'll do this the last time. 2, 3, and 1. Moving on. Start with the note A on 4th finger. How sweet the sound. So these 4 notes for the second phrase of the song. How sweet the sound. Right? I'll put those 2 first phrases together. May say in grace, how sweet the sound. I'll do this one more time, a bit slower maybe, and then you can pause the video and learn these 2 first phrases. 1, 2. May say in grace, how sweet the sound. Right, and just to let you know, may say in grace, how sweet the sound. So we're going to start with the third phrase, third phrase, starting again on D. It says, that saved a wretch. So it's the same as when you start the song. Third phrase, say, that saved a wretch. So you already know this part. Okay, moving on to like me. Notice to be able to reach this note with my 5th finger, I move my 2nd finger to the note A, play the D twice, like me. Okay, I'm going to go a bit back to the third phrase, that saved a wretch. That saved a wretch. And now 2nd finger on the A, like me. I'll do this again. That saved a wretch. 2nd finger, like me. Okay, so now the hand has moved a bit upwards on the piano. We're going to be staying here with the hand to move on. Second part of the song, I once was lost. Starting with the note B, 3rd finger, and to the note D with our 5th finger. I once was lost. Okay, I'll do that again. 3rd finger, I once, back to 3rd finger, was lost. Play this part again a bit slower. 1, 2. I once was lost. Right? Moving on. But now I'm found. On this place we have to move the hand back down the piano. Pay attention to how I do this. But now I'm found. So you have your hand up in this position, and we want to go back to the starting position of the hand, right? But now, so let your 2nd finger kind of fly down to the note E, and move your thumb down to the note D. But now I'm found. I'm going to go a bit back again to where the hand is on this position. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I once was lost. Sorry, I played the wrong note. One more time. I once was lost. And now moving the hand, but now I'm found. I'll do this part one more time very slowly. Third finger on B, up to D, and later moving your hand to the next or to the position we started with, right? I once was lost, but now I'm found. Okay, so your hand is back home now. So we can use the same fingers as we used in the start of the song. Was blind, but now I see. So the last phrase of the song goes D, G, B. Same thing as in the start of the song. And now we have to finish off with the note A and the note G. I'll play this last phrase one more time. Was blind, but now I see. Yeah. So, before we introduce the left hand with our bass notes, I'm going to be playing everything in the right hand now and kind of rapping along. All right, if you're ready, here we go, very slowly. 1, 2. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. 2, 3, 1, 2. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 2, 3, 1, 2. Right? And as I said, you already know the bass notes. G, C, D, and E. So, once again I hit the mic, sorry. So if you can read a bit of sheet music, you can read these notes down here. Or if you just want to remember the song and don't use the sheet music at all, you can still use the chord symbols at the top. These chords are exactly the same as we used in the chord chart. So when it says G, you play a G. And so on. So I don't want to walk you through all these notes. You already know them from the chord sheet. I just want to put the right hand and the left hand together. So let's do it slowly. 1, 2. 2. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and E in the bass. Sorry. 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah. Again, pause the video. Take it a bit at a time when you put on the bass notes. I don't want to walk you through it step by step because I think it's quite obvious how you can do this, and you can read the chords on the sheet music. The last thing we're going to look at, if you want to put a bit more rhythm to the song as we did in the chords, then you can copy the chords you learned in your right hand to this left hand. And this is much more difficult, but if you want a bit of a challenge, you can try it. When you play the G in the left hand, you can play it simply as a long chord. Sorry. Moving on to the C chord. And so on and so forth. And coming to adding a bit more rhythm, use the same chords and play the rhythm we learned when we learned the chords, right? But this time with left hand only, you can play like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But as I said, this is much more difficult to put together with your right hand playing the melody. But again, if you want a challenge, there's something to practice. It goes like this. Yeah, I'll just, to finish off this lesson, I'll just play through the song using this technique, and I'm going to add a bit of pedals to make it all come together. So here we go. Amazing Grace, melody in the right hand, and broken chords as it is called in the left hand. Let's do it. And there you have it, Amazing Grace, in a lot of ways for beginners or intermediate players. So it's all about practice now. Scroll back and forth in this video to practice if there's something you haven't understood. And then it's just practice, practice, practice. And remember to visit me for more free piano info on pianochordcharts.net. Click on the link or use this thing. I'm Niels Andersen. Thank you for paying attention, and I'll see you soon.